Hi, Idrisi here once again. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I want to just have a short message for fellow Ghanaians. And you see, the current economic situation in our country, Ghana, is obvious that we are in a challenging times. It is a fact that things are not working, things are hard. It is also a fact that these difficulties, these challenges will not be dealt with by anyone outside Ghana. It will be solved by Ghanaians. So you see, in the midst of the noise, in the midst of the disagreements and the debates, what we should not lose focus of is the fact that it is Ghanaians who need to solve the problems of Ghana. It is a fact that when we talk about Ghanaians, we are talking about both the NPP and the Ndc. Now, how do we go forward? How do we get this united front to confront the challenges of our country? The first thing is honest and transparent leadership. Honest and transparent leadership. You see, the cause of whatever we are hearing and seeing now is mistrust. Mistrust that has its roots in history, has its roots in our political discourse and the way we do things. How did we get here? We are here because our politicians have not always put the country first. People amass wealth through corrupt ways, through abuse of power, impunity, through the use of influence. And we know these are the problems of the country. But we always and often talk about them and no practical steps are taken to solve these problems or to deal with these problems. When we are in the midst of economic crisis as we are witnessing today, then the narrative and the debate goes on. Political blame game without any concrete, honest discussion. Listen, what is different with this economic crisis we are experiencing today and the economic crisis of the 92s downwards or up to this time? We have often had this kind of up and down of our economic system. What is the real reason? We know the problems of Ghana, but it's often difficult to have the political will, the honesty, and the truthfulness to deal with it. That is the main problem. When we are in power, we forget the prudent and judicious use of resources that we have preached against or spoke against in opposition. So when we are in power, we use resources anyhow, forgetting that there are boom seasons and there are lean seasons. So what I'm trying to say is this. This is the time that we need honest discussion. Why is e-levy struggling? One of the ways to get the economy restored is e-levy. Why is it struggling? Genuinely, there are problems with that tax idea. Genuinely, there are problems. And we will raise those problems. I have raised it over and over again because it will affect me greatly. But the point here is this. Will I want Ghana to collapse? Will I want my parents and my brothers to struggle in a very bad economy where they cannot access medical care, where they cannot access basic facilities and needs? No. So why or how will I be convinced that even though I disagree with the principle of e-levy, I should support e-levy and pay it? Why? It's a simple thing. Tell me what the monies that we have gotten as a country has been used for. How do you tell me that? Example, now the current economic crisis is being associated or attributed to the expenditures we made on COVID 19. Simple. Let us have a thorough accounting of COVID 19 funds. Open it up. Let us know genuinely the monies were spent on Ghanaians, on subsidizing electricity, water, feeding the people. We have heard all the things going on in the system, but if the government comes out and open up that, look, these are the things that the monies were used for, there will be no need for any town hall meetings, because the main problem, the reason why some of us are against paying extra towards the saving of this economy is because we doubt what these huge amounts of money have been used for. I will willingly, easily be ready to contribute, even if it's on humanitarian grounds, to support our economy. But we need to be honest. We need to know, why will I be spending money and then someone, a politician in Ghana, will use that money to live luxuriously, and when I visit Ghana, I am being looked at as a useless person who has traveled to Europe, who has traveled to America, and have not been able to live a good life, and the one in Ghana has even succeeded than you have done. Meanwhile, it is our monies that these people are misappropriating. You see, what we are talking about here is just the lack of honesty, the lack of truthfulness, the lack of genuine desire and will to put Ghana first. What are you scared of? If you are accused of stealing money and you know you have not stolen the money, easily avail yourself. Let them search your pocket. Simple. When we were in school, we used to do that. So what is it that we are asking? Accountability. Let us know what the monies have been used for. It's simple. Every logical, reasonable person should not have problem with this. Again, we said, look, cut down cost. Cut down cost. Before even the budget came to parliament, the areas that should be cut down should have been the first thing spoken about. Listen, in Europe, in America, when there is economic crisis, when there is recession, the first thing you hear is cuts. They cut certain non-priority expenditures so that the budget is focused on very important projects and programs of the government. That was the first thing, or that is the first thing that every country that is trying to impose austerity will have to look at. You don't come to parliament, bring a big budget without any cuts, and expect us to give you the free pass to go and then charge extra taxes and spend it. And in the name of COVID-19 austerity measures, and then we are being told that the government wouldn't have to cut down the cost until pressure is put on the government. Where is the sincerity? Where is the genuineness? Where is the desire to put the country first? So what I'm trying to say is this. Listen, running an economy on an inclusive government or inclusive economy that will bring everyone on board is not done by punchlines. Very intelligently crafted language aimed at throwing jabs do not bring people together. The commitment to respect each other's views, to respect each other's ideas is what we need. This is the time that leadership must show some humility. Leadership must show some commitment. Leadership should carry everyone along. You cannot carry me along if you are showing impunity. You cannot carry me along if you are calling me a nation wrecker because I am questioning your expenditure. Because I am actually asking you to do consultation of Ghanaians and saying that, look, we know we need money. But we need to first look at certain expenditures. We need to first look at certain corrupt acts. Let's look at them. Let's fix them. And then we can ask for more money. We can look at how we can make it better. And then you turn around and say, oh, this is nation wreckers. Everyone who expresses views on this e-levy and is not in support of it, they don't want to listen to him or her. All they conclude is that that person is an NDC person, that person is peddling propaganda, and that person wants Ghana to collapse. Who wants Ghana to collapse? When we all have equal shares and equal stakes in the country, who wants Ghana to collapse? No one. But let's be honest, we will not be continuously feeding people's fat pockets. We can't do that. We can't. Let's be honest. Let's open up. Let's account for whatever we've used the monies for. Let's cut down cost practically, not just saying I'll cut this side, and then we have not seen a clear plan as to how those cuts are going to be done. Bring everyone on board. Solicit ideas. How do we do it? There are faith-based organizations. There are CSOs. There are opinion leaders. There are political leaders. Bring everyone on board. Let's brainstorm. Look for the best way of raising money to support the economy. There are so many ways. I have personally said that Ghana can raise money through charging for indiscipline, overspeeding, wrong parking. Ghana can raise money from charging property tax. Why is it that up till now there have not been any steps to get people to pay property tax appropriately? Why? In this country, every month you pay your property tax. Why? Because the property in East Legon, in all the big and posh areas, are owned by these same politicians. So they are always protecting theirs. Why are astute lawyers, private lawyers, and companies not paying taxes? And then the poor Ghanaian worker who has always contributed taxes is the same person you are bringing more taxes on petroleum, on e-levy, on talk tax. Why? We are not limited with how we can raise funds. We just have to be open-minded. We just have to listen more. We are so irritated by people's views. And we think we are the reservoirs of all knowledge. So we don't want to listen. When NDC is in power, NPP will say, okay, when they call for Senchi conference or something like that, no one, NPP said, no, yama. How do you build a country like that? Now, what we are saying is that it's both sides. You cannot be asking me for consensus on one thing because you are struggling or it's in your interest or you stand to benefit from it more. But when it comes to another thing, you don't want consensus because you think that you have your way. How do you run a country like that? The hypocrisy, the pull him down syndrome that has followed Ghana from the time of Nkrumah till now is the cause of our problems. We know what to do, but we don't want to be honest and face it squarely. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.